Bears takeaways, from Chuck Pagano to NFL playoffs originally appeared on nbcsportschicago.com. The impact of the Bears' changing defensive coordinators, from Vic Fangio to Chuck Pagano, starts to play out inside Halas Hall long before anyone will be permitted to observe Pagano and his new defense go through on-field work. That will be when and where buy-in with a new coach starts, something that's not always a given, to which Marc, Trestman and Mel Tucker can emphatically attest. That regime lost veterans starting with the first-team meeting. Fangio had buy-in from when he arrived with John Fox. But the biggest reason to expect continued excellence and dominance from the Bears' defense really isn't the coach. It's the players. And Fangio, Pagano, Nagy and every coach with a shred of integrity will say the same. For that reason, even facing an exponentially more difficult next season versus last, a significant fall-off by a defense that already has 10 of its 11 starters under contract would rank as the biggest surprise of the Bears' 2019. And context for that. Going back to the 85-86 transition from Buddy Ryan, one of the most aggressive defensive coordinators in franchise history, to Vince Tobin, one of the iciest, the personality of the defense may have changed, but the results were that group ranking no. 1 and 2 of the next 3 years. The reason? Richard Dent, Dan Hampton, Mike Singletary, Steve McMichael, and others were still in place. By contrast, the Lovie Smith, Rod Marinelli defense ranked fourth -1 stone in DVOA from 2010 to 12. Tucker came in 2013 and the unit went into the deepest 2-year down spiral in franchise annals. But the defense fell to 25th in 2013, the year Shea McClellan was drafted, when it lost Izzy Idonije and Brian Urlacher, and to 28th in 2014 when the organization decided it couldn't afford Julius Peppers and Charles Tillman missed 14 games. Fangio and Fox arrived in 2015 in time to say goodbye to Lance Briggs. Notably, when Fox had turned around Carolina, his first draft pick 2002 was Peppers. When he turned Denver around, his no. 1 in 2011 was Von Miller. When he and Fangio came to Chicago, they were given Kevin White. Personnel, which had gone all in with Pernell McPhee, passed over Vic Beasley, Atlanta, and Danielle Hunter, Minnesota. Round 3, Fangio may rank stratospheres above Tucker, but the 2015 defense slipped to no. 31 with the first of its 3 straight 8-interception years. Matters improved a little, 23rd, with signing Akeem Hicks and drafting Leonard Floyd in 2016 and to no. 14 in 2017. Add Khalil Mack and draft Roquan Smith and you get the point. Fangio had Navarro Bowman, Aldon Smith, Justin Smith and Patrick Willis in San Francisco. Pagano has Floyd, Hicks, Mack, Smith, Kyle Fuller, Eddie Goldman, Eddie Jackson. It's always about the players, *****, schedule peeking random thoughts on the divisional weekend. The NFL may have doctored its rules to favor passing, and Chicago be abuzz with the wide-open passing game ushered in with Matt Nagy, and this is not any reflection on degree of off-season need for the Bears at running back. Well, maybe a little, but of the first 12 combined touchdowns scored by the Chiefs, Patriots and Rams this weekend, 11 were scored by running the football. All 7 of the touchdowns scored by the winners in Saturday's games came on the ground, Kansas City's 4, the Rams' 3. On Sunday, New England effectively put away their game with the Chargers by breaching their end zone 5 times in the first half, 4 of those on runs. All 4 of the winners more than doubled the rushing total of their victims. The Rams rushed for 273 yards, the Chiefs 180, the Patriots 156, and the Saints 137, this all by offenses with quarterbacks, Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, in the top 10 for quarterback rating and top 12 in passer rating. Nagy spoke through the early part of last season that the offense STLL needed to develop an identity for its run game. By the end of the year he felt that identity was developing. That's fine. But while the Bears rushed for at least 100 yards in 11 of their 16 games, they ranked 27th in rushing average, 4.1 yards per carry, and netted just 65 in the playoff loss to Philadelphia. The divisional playoff round was a chance to sneak a peek at the meat of the Bears' 2019 schedule. The playoffs left the Bears behind a week ago, but their first-place finish in the NFC North means that they will be seeing Dallas, Los Angeles Rams and Chargers, Kansas City, New Orleans and Philadelphia. The Rams the Bears visit in 2019 will be more of a load than the group that showed up in Soldier Field in early December. The Bears throttled them then when Sean McVay mysteriously ordered 49 pass plays versus 12 run plays. Not likely to happen again. This time, the Rams pulverized the Cowboys with 170 rushing yards in just the first half, with 23 runs and 22 pass plays, and those 273 rush yards for the game. Nagy will go against his old team, Chiefs mentor Andy Reid, and one-time quarterback project Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes earned MVP consideration with his 50 touchdowns and 5,000-plus yards in just his first year as a starter, but in crushing the Indianapolis Colts, the Chiefs ran for 180 yards and 4 touchdowns. Opting in or out on Leonard Floyd. The Bears have a decision to make on Leonard Floyd, whether to pick up the fifth-year option for the outside linebacker who recorded the Bears' only sack of Nick Foles in the wild-card loss. The No. 9 pick of the 2016 draft has flashed 15.5 sacks in 3 seasons, but 7.5 back in 16, and started all 16 games for the first time in 2018. The tab for Vic Beasley, which the Falcons picked up last year, was $14.2 million, which Falcons deemed acceptable for an outside rush linebacker with 24.5 sacks in 3 years. With the cap hits of Mac $22.3 million, Hicks $10.1 million, Fuller $13.5 million, Prince Amukamara $9.5 million, and Goldman $7.5 million, even a cap projected to be around $190 million may dictate some decisions for the Bears. The positive is that they are in solid cap shape in part because of young players, like Floyd, who are on rookie or extended contracts rather than 30-something vets with free agent price tags. Early guess, the Bears pick up the option, which loosely projects to $15 million for defensive ends, $13 million for linebackers. Floyd had his first healthy season in 2018, and without a No. 1 or 2 pick in this draft, finding a replacement for a starting edge rusher is highly problematic. Click here to download the new My Teams app by NBC Sports. Receive comprehensive coverage of the Bears.